And the stream is live. Hello, everyone on YouTube. Hope you're doing great right now. Let's get the announcement out there. And there we go. Oh no, I forgot to update this screenshot in my post. Whoops. Oh well. It's all good. There we go. Okay. Fixed it. I posted the wrong list screenshot to Blue Sky. Just making some last minute changes. I gotta make my cards a little bit smaller to fit them on screen. There we go. Good enough. That's about right. We'll go with it. Hello, everybody. It is Sunday, the 6th of April. We are 7 days past the banned and restricted announcement. And Nadu and Oops, all spells, have performed very well this weekend, to, I'm sure, nobody's surprise. There was, I think it was just a normal challenge that happened on Saturday, I want to say. The top 4 had 3 Oops All Spells decks. And just today was the showcase qualifier, basically it's the end, it's like the end of year tournament, basically, for the Magic Online series, basically, that qualifies for the mocks. And the finals was Bant Nadu versus Breakfast. And I believe, yeah, I'm pretty sure that there was one other Breakfast list in the top 8 somewhere. I think the top 8 was like 3 Nadu, some Cloud Post list. I haven't seen it. Lands, maybe like a Tempo list. I don't remember for sure. And I believe Bant Nadu won it. I have no idea who played in it or what, who played what, but Thalia is for now seeing play again. We'll see how long she lasts. I do think that legitimately, if you look at the decks that people are playing right now, I do like Thalia a decent amount against show and tell decks, which have been quite popular lately, particularly Omniscience. It's pretty good there. It's obviously not, 2-drops aren't that real against Oops, but I do have a lot of cards in my sideboard to bring in for that matchup to make Thalia a real 2-drop you can cast as not a joke. And White Orchid Phantom is just so much worse post-ban. I'm not sure if Thalia will stick around. I think that if Thalia turns out to not be good enough, I'm just gonna put in cards that I want to cast. I'm not gonna, the curve, if we look at this real quick, like, this curve looks about right, this number of 2-drops versus this many 3-drops. It is possible I mean, for what it's worth, this list right now is playing 34 lands. I have 2 Witch Enchanters. I could see just turning these into 3 drops, just good cards I want to cast and not worrying too much about it being a 2 drop because all the 2 drops are just bad. I don't know. They're just not very good. Um, so we'll see. I think at least right now Thalia has reason to be good, but I don't know how long that's going to last. Um, the only changes from the list that I played on Thursday is I cut the main deck Containment Priest. I still have the one in the sideboard. And I cut 1 formal wear. The second formal wear became the Jite. I'm just trying it out again because a lot of Nadu decks happened. And the Containment Priest turned into a second Witch Enchanter. Again, looking at show and tell there. In the sideboard, I turned my 2 Path to Exiles into Wrath of the Skies. Hinting a little bit at specifically Breakfast, where Wrath of the Skies. I mean, Path is still definitely good in that matchup, but Wrath of the Skies really helps against Urza Saga, cleaning up Shuko, stuff like that. And the 2 Grafdigger's Cages I had, I turned into Mindbreak Traps because I don't know if Cage is like really good against anything other than Oops, unless the elves build of Nadu gets popular again and we want like natural order cards, but that's not really a card that people are playing very much right now. So and Reanimator thus far has not showed up at all. So post ban from what I've seen. So I'm gonna try this out. It's very heavy on Oops hate, but Oops has been played a lot and keeps winning. So I'm okay with that. Oh, I'm going to turn on the music and we will get to it. And there we go. Cool. You know, I have played 4 therapies in a list before. When I was first trying out therapy, after I got back from Eternal Weekend, this was 2 Eternal Weekends ago, I put 4 therapy in my sideboard just to see if it really could work out. 4 was too many, but there was a while I was playing 3, legitimately. All in the sideboard, not in the main deck, but Thalia can be, or Thalia therapy can be pretty dang good. It's also a beautiful foil. Seriously, one of the prettiest cards I own. Excuse me. The matchups where I'm gonna miss Path the most are probably like Moon Stompy if we run up into that. It is both better and worse against Nadu. I think if it's Bant Nadu, I would rather have Path, but if it's Breakfast, I would rather have Wrath. So I would really like to find room for Path and Wrath, but it is hard to have that with so many cards needed for Oops. I can't cast this Thoughtseize, but like this is a very serviceable 6, and I'm gonna find a black source eventually, so. Bloodstained Mire pass. So it could be an Entomb. I think I'm going to go for... I'm just going to get a Lion Sash here in case it's Reanimator. I don't think it's hugely likely to be Reanimator, but it still could be. It's just they usually have fast mana. Okay, Lorien revealed Grixis control then, maybe? Looks like Grixis control. I'm actually just gonna, I don't want to attack my Stoneforge into a potential Bowmasters, so I am just gonna get another Stoneforge. And my second Stoneforge is probably going to get a formal wear. It could get a Cauldra. It depends on what my opponent chooses to do over the next turn. Yep, there's Bowmaster. Given that Recruiter is in the graveyard, I am pretty happy to get a formal wear here. You got it. Stock up resolves. Have I considered switching to Boros using Magus? Not. I don't think that there's a huge pull to the red splash. So let me say, I think the biggest pull to the red splash right now is probably how good Pyroblast looks right now because of how many cards, how many decks are playing stock up, a lot of show and tells, things like that. I don't think Magus is very good right now, but Pyroblast is. I think that the black splash is still probably better. Specifically because Magus doesn't really feel very strong right now. But I think, let's put it this way. I do have Magus sleeved up because I haven't really played the red splash very much. So the next time I make it out to the LGS, I'm going to try to fling a Cauldra at somebody with Bombardiers. So I drew Cauldra here, which is pretty cool. I'm going to start by just casting this Stoneforge to see what they do. I was maybe supposed to play my land first. Yeah, I was supposed to play my land first. Or I guess they don't have mana up, so it doesn't really matter. So never mind. Cool. So that resolves. So I'm just going to get formal wear. And now I'm going to put in Cauldra. The reason I cast the Stoneforge first there is because if it looks like a potentially good Force of Will target, given that they don't know that this Cauldra is in my hands. I'm not sure what Grixis control can do to answer Cauldra. They almost certainly have something because, I don't know, they always have weird... Ooh, Pyroglyph. I did not expect that. Okay. Because they usually just have like a smattering of weird one-ups all over the place, so... Let's see. I could wasteland the Badlands here. I don't think that I want to do that, but it's worth thinking about a little bit. Sometimes these decks play like a Cling to Dust, so I think I want to Formal Wear now. And I guess I'm committing to not wastelanding, but I really don't think I want to wasteland here, because if I just get to hard casting these Solitudes, it kind of feels like game over. So I'm going to Formal Wear back Recruiter. Probably just getting... I don't really want... I would love to get a Bowmasters if I had a Black Source. Since I don't, I think I just want to have a Flicker Wisp in my hand to reset the Cauldra if that ends up being necessary. I am going to Swords this. What is this? Is the clone? It is the clone. Weird. All right, Pyrogoyf Town it is. Okay. There we go. This seems like a good Thoughtseize moment. It's a little awkward on my mana usage, but I think I just want to know what's going on over there. Okay, it's just Grixis Goyfs. I guess. That's bizarre, but okay. I'm just gonna get rid of... I think I want to get rid of the Pyrogoyf here. Yeah. I guess one argument for getting rid of the Barogoyf is I can strand the Pyrogoyf by wasting the Badlands, but this game's gonna go on for a bit, so that doesn't really feel like a long-term plan. There's 4 types. There's a million creatures, 3 sorceries, 1 instant. 1 instant, 2 lands. So I can make the Pyrogoyf a 3/4 at this point. I guess I'm not going to bother with that because I'm just going to kill it, right? I guess I'll start with this. I think I want every card in my hand as it stands right now, so I am going to wisp my Formal Wear to get a recruiter, and I'm just going to recruit for a card I don't want, probably like a Thalia, something like that. I'm going to pitch that to one of my Solitudes. Yeah, let's get rid of Thalia. There's a possibility here of all right, they're over it. Cool. Of waiting until they like cast a clone and kill the Pyrogoyf then, but I don't want them to top deck a Force of Will there. Do I board anything? I guess I... This, maybe? Wrath of the Skies for 6 isn't really real, but I think it's more real than either of these cards are. Let's try it. Seems pretty good. We get to cast a Vial. We get to Surveil. Yeah, we'll try it. Opponent mold to 6 and Surveil land. Keep a card on top. Okay. Ooh, Formalware too. Okay. You got it. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Okay. Not what I expected. That's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'll keep that. Gonna go ahead and Vial in Thalia and then cast Stoneforge that can't get Force of Willed. Pretty sure this might actually be a Phantom Blade moment here. Yeah, I want to have removal for that Fable lined up. Stock Up and a Force of Will are discarded. "28 months in, and I'm still wondering if Scooby-Doo gang mascot is worth sideboarding for a D&T list." Thank you so much. No, unplayable until Nadu gets banned. Wait, this deck has days in it? Sure, whatever. So hopefully we draw land? No. Not a great Wrath of the Skies moment here, unfortunately. I guess we just recruit for Aloran. Right, I boarded it out. I forgot. Because I didn't see artifacts in game 1. I'll just get a Skyclave then. Right? Yes. Or I could get a Witch Enchanter, but I'm a little wary of going for a Witch Enchanter if they have like a Kolaghan's Command or something to destroy my Aether Vial. So yeah, I'm going to get a Skyclave because it's the safest. Don't want them to have extra mana, so I'm just going to hold back with Thalia. Barrogoyf resolves. So I could... I think what I'm going to do here is recruit for a Solitude. And then on my turn, I can try... I basically can scam either Solitude or Skyclave to get the Goyf and the Reflection. And having both is important in case they have Force of Will back. So yeah, whoops, this is their main phase. Oh well. So yeah, I'm going to get Solitude. And keep this at 3 right now. All right. Let's try to cast a Skyclave Apparition. Oh, well, that was easy. Yeah, all right. My opponent had a fun idea, but that fun idea was very bad against me. So... All right. Well, of course, I have Thoughtseize Therapy on the draw, but we'll keep. Okay. You got it. They shuffled off of the Ponder. This is feeling like a show and tell deck, but we'll see. I'd prefer if you didn't daze so that I can know what to name with my therapy. Nice. Oh, it's Nadu. Okay, cool. That's easy. I guess I'm just taking this Brainstorm. Yeah. They play Savannah. Okay. I wonder if they force this therapy. They probably shouldn't, but... All right, let's get rid of Nadu. And they draw a Druid Dryad Arbor. All right, cool. Get rid of Nadu. Their hand is these 4 cards, which I am not super concerned about. I assume they're going to play Karakas Uro. You got it. And there's the Dryad Arbor. Let's surveil. Not really what I'm looking for, no. So they're a blue off of casting Uro. I'm not sure if... Recruiting uses my mana the best. Could recruit for Solitude and then Therapy the Force. Um, I have a feeling they're just gonna force the first card I play, which is kind of making me want to cast Recruiter here. Unless they don't have a blue card, obviously, but if this resolves, am I getting Solitude or am I getting Stoneforge? I'm gonna get Solitude. Oops. Let's just get rid of Force of Will. Force of Will, Ponder, and Swords. Okay, cool. So they might have forced my Bowmasters if they could have. Now they're unfortunately going to have Uro Caracas up, so hopefully we can find a wasteland or something like that. Man, drawing so many lands. Yeah. Shuffled after that. Okay. I think I'm just going to go for Bowmasters, kill the Dryad Arbor here. In the grand scheme of things, I'm not the most worried about an Uro. It would just be a lot better if it weren't drawing into Nadus. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'll trump. Gaining 6 is a lot of life. Okay. Not what I'm looking for at all, unfortunately. I mean, what's my best way to get out of this? So I could wisp the Uro. I force it to the graveyard, but I don't have a way to get rid of it. So I think what I need to do is recruit for Stoneforge, maybe? Stoneforge for Sash. Then, like, next turn, we could Wisp the Uro. It gets sacked. If they try to bounce the Uro, then we could kill it after that. Yeah, I think that's what we have to do here, unfortunately. It doesn't feel very good, but doing pretty well, Mike. Not too bad, not too bad. Congrats on your finals split this weekend. Just look at this real quick again. I guess I could just get Sash now, but I think I want to get use my Stoneforge mana or use my mana on Stoneforge now because I'm going to need my mana next turn. I don't want to just put Sash in play that can get swords or whatever. Yeah, this is a very convoluted way, but I think I have to get this Uro out of here at some point. And I have a Solitude in hand to deal with like a Nadu that comes down, so. Yeah, that doesn't sound great. I've done like I think 2 of the Friday night challenges. And they were similarly rough. I guess I got smoked in the quarters, the one that I'd top aided, which made it a little bit easier, but it still wasn't very fun. Is this it's a Teferi. Interesting. That sucks. Teferi didn't bounce. That's interesting. This does not feel good, but I gotta do it. We've already gone through the Dryad Arbor, so we can safely attack the Teferi with Recruiter. The last round, it was down to 1 match at 29 minutes, and then the of course they did. How else could it have happened, really? Okay. All right, the Uro problem is solved, and I still have a Solitude in my hands. Unfortunately, my opponent has a Teferi in play, so we might just be cooked, but I have done my best. What's happening? Oh, okay. Green Sun. Got it. Okay. No. Okay. They still had a land drop. And they reveal swords to plowshares. Can I find a wasteland? I am begging you. Or better yet, they just use their white mana on my Wisp now. Bouncing Sash is weird. All right, that's pretty good. This is flying. I'm so dumb. Oh my god. I forgot that I was planning on moving the Sash over and then just forgot because the Sash wasn't in play anymore. Yeesh. It feels a little BM that all of this text then blocks flying. Yeah, because I was gonna attack with my 4/2 Wisp into the Teferi, and I just like forgot to put the Sash back into play. I really just needed to draw a Wasteland at some point here to get this stupid Caracas out of play. As is. Do I go through the trouble of going Sword Solitude on the Nadu? I can't because of the Teferi. So I think I'm just going to concede, and we're going to move on to the next one. Disruptor Flute. These Rathalos guys, I would much rather have paths in this matchup specifically, but such is life. Cut the Thalias and the Lauren. And that will have to do. Yeah. Yeah. We'll do this. We'll do Thoughtseize into therapy again. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of the Brainstorm. Take the Brainstorm. They play the Dryad Arbor. Okay, then I guess I will just Bowmaster that. Just Doomblade your land drop. All right, these are some good draws. Start with a therapy. I'm going to go for the Scythe Cat Cub here. Or do I want to go for Prismatic Ending? No, I'm going to go for Scythe Cat Cub. Okay. So Green Sun Zenith. Okay, I'm going to attack. They drew the Caracas again. That's annoying. I am going to get rid of the Green Sun Zenith as well. Do you think Cabal therapy works? Does the therapist guess your issue and then the weird monster removes it from your head? That's, I haven't thought about it very hard. I'm guessing it doesn't work. I am guessing it's experimental at best. There's Trop. I assume my Bowmasters is getting prismatic endinged. No, collector oof. Okay. No, thank you. All right. Do I even want to bother using swords on Collector Oof, or do I just move on with my life? I'm pretty sure I just move on with my life. I think I just recruit Stoneforge probably. Yeah, let's recruit Stoneforge. Yep. Sure. Another one, huh? I think I would almost do it. I think I'm keeping this. I'm going to start with therapy. I think I'm going to name Nadu here. Yes. All right. And what was there? The other card was a Windswept Teeth. Yeah, okay, perfect. And now I'm going to Stoneforge for... It's either Phantom Blade or Cauldra. I think I want to get the game over with, especially because I have a swords in my hand. So we'll go for Cauldra. Delighted Halfling resolves. Oh no, my Cauldro's activated abilities can't be activated. This is going to be a good Yorion turn, and then let's hold up swords, cast Yorion next turn. We're off to the races. Mill the Nomads, which makes sense, but it's a good sign for us. Cast Safekeeper. Okay. I will take that damage. All right, that's pretty good, huh? Perfect. All right, cool. I will change nothing. Discard did a lot of work that game. His hand is a little bit mopey, but at least it has Vile, which makes it probably worth it. Feels a little bit better against turn 1 Surveil lands, mill the other Surveil land. Pass again. Whoa. I think I want to just cast Stoneforge then. I think I'm going to get Jite. Yeah. It's the most impactful card that also is fine if my opponent kills my Stoneforge, which seems reasonably likely given that they have not cast a spell yet. So swords in their hand seem pretty reasonable to assume. This is just not, it's Teferi. Okay. Okay. Well, I get to kill the Teferi right away, which is kind of nice. My hand is very sorcery speed, unfortunately. Yeah, this is Nadu. Okay. Okay. I really wish that this vial was on 2 right now. So if I start a war over this right now, they get 1 card, then they can Safekeeper another one to keep the Nadu in play. Can Surveil for something. I really just want to find Swords to Plowshares, basically. I guess the only way we're really getting out of this, though, is the hard way. So I think we have to start with a Surveil and then probably bouncing the Nadu. I'm only going to not bounce it if my top card is Wrath of the Skies. That's actually a good incentive to not start the war right now because yeah, I'm pretty sure I keep that on top. I don't start it, draw for turn, then try to Caracas the Nadu. They go for Shroud. I can try to kill it, but at that point, they're actually just giving it Shroud versus. Well, I'm keeping it. Okay, I'm keeping it on top. But now I guess I have to. Still kind of guess at whether I think they're going to have lands on top of their deck. Yeah, I guess I do have to start this now. And if they hit a land off the top in these two, it's going to feel bad. Doggy. They don't even see what the first trigger is. Okay. Or no, they did, and I just missed it. There was another Nadu. Okay, cool. Well, in that case, man, I wish this vial was on 3. Do I go for Crocus or Phantom Blade first? So if I go, it only really matters if they don't hit a land in the top 2. And I guess with a Nadu in their hand and a Green Sun Zenith, it almost doesn't matter at all. Oh yeah, I am supposed to wait till their upkeep. Okay, they are down to 1 lands. They're up to 2 lands. Ooh. I wonder if I was supposed to Lotus Petal my Crocus there actually to bounce the Nadu again in their upkeep. I feel like I'm probably not supposed to, but I'm not 100% about it. Can I draw Wrath of this guys? That'd be pretty cool, especially because they're probably about to cast Hierarch. This is a pretty good Wrath of this guys for 1 spot. This vial will have if so, this vial will have successfully done nothing other than get bounced by Teferi. Okay, they do have another lands, unfortunately. So what will it be? Collector Oof. Fuck. That sucks. Jite was going to be my way to really power through this, so losing that is a pretty big blow. In addition to the fact that this vial continues to not get to do anything. Wrath of this guys? Wrath of this guys? No. This no GT business sucks. I guess bounce Nadu, then try to skyclave the safekeeper or the oof. I don't know. This all sucks. Or maybe I try to skyclave the Nadu and then Caracas it after that. I just gotta hope that they keep whiffing on lands. I'm casting the skyclave either way, but yeah, man, I don't know. This card's stupid. Is just dumb. Okay, I didn't really expect that. Maybe that means I messed up. Oh yeah, I was supposed to target the safekeeper at that point, right? Because they have a Nadu in their hand anyway. Yeah, I think I just need to cast this GT right now, and then we'll see what happens next turn. Okay. That natty collector oof really threw my plan for a loop there. This green sun? Interesting. I don't know why they're not just putting Nadu in play again, but like I get that it's a lot of damage, but come on. Wrath of the Skies. Could be worse. I can get Cauldra so that the yeah, it doesn't really matter, but it feels like it does a little bit. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Man, if only there's a turn where I could have like finagled a Nadu bounce into therapy, 2 Nadus if I had drawn a therapy, but such is life. Oh, well, okay. I get a free block at least. Internet? What's going on? I hope that's the moto and not me. Gross. Now that the Nadu's in play, a Wrath of the Skies off the top doesn't really do it anyway. So I don't know what I'm digging for, but I'm just going to check anyway. Yuck. I'm guessing we're going to die here, but we'll see. They're kind of out. They're pretty close to out of lands for Scythe Cat Cove, notably. Oh, well, okay. All right. All the Nadus have been identified. And the Uro, of course. Yeah, we can move on. Well, bummer. It took a long time, but unfortunately, the clunkiness of that hand caught up to us eventually. So, all right, this hand is the turn one surveil land's a little awkward, but such is life. That's how it goes sometimes. I will keep another land on top. Verdant Catacombs, Lotus Petal. Up to no good. Reanimator, probably. Therapy targeting themselves. Naming... Grizzlebrand, yeah. Reanimate Shallow Grave, okay. Going for Reanimate, I assume. Unfortunately, I cannot get a Bowmasters into play just yet. Reanimate, Grizzlebrand, so Shallow Grave, polluted, 2 polluted deltas. Two polluted deltas and another Grizzlebrand, okay. It's going to go ahead and hold up Bowmasters. If they activate Grizzlebrand, they're dead, so. I'm guessing they won't, obviously, but we'll see. Borborygmos. Yo, that's fucked up. You putting me to 1? Oh, I guess actually this doesn't work, right? Because they can just so I have to, yeah, I do have to solitude this in response before I die. Yeah. I should have done that before fetching in case they were juking me with that last card in their hands, but as long as they don't draw a ton of mana off of this, then they should just die, but we'll see. They aren't even looking. Okay. Like, I don't know. Is that over? It doesn't seem like it'd be over to me, but I guess I'm not the one playing it. Anyway, let's get rid of this Jite. Let's get rid of Lauren. Let's get rid of Skyclaves and Wisps. I'm gonna get rid of. We did know that. Oh, we did know the last card of the Shellgrave. Yeah. What else are we cutting? I probably want to cut a Witch Enchanter to keep my ley lines safe from like discard reanimate. I can cut another land on top of that because I don't really need that many lands in this matchup, and I'm on 34 with this build. It's the first time I've ever actually had a Bowmaster versus Grizzlebrand actually work. I feel like it almost never works. What else do I want to get rid of? Every time I cut Phantom Blade in a matchup like this, I immediately run into a situation where I wish I had it. So I'm skeptical of cutting it. I think I'm gonna get rid of Bowmaster, and I'll be sad when I'll wish that one of my cards was Bowmasters. Nope, we can do better than no interaction before turn 3. Well, it's almost really good, but not quite. I don't think Mindbreak Trap on its own is enough. I guess it's kind of Mindbreak Trap plus Solitude, but I don't think that's real. Here we go. That's better. All right, what are we keeping? I'm going to keep the I'm keeping Leyline, Land, Vial, and at least one of Solitude and Swords, if not both. I think I'm going to put back the Solitude, and I'm just kind of flipping a coin between the Stoneforge and the Thalion. I think I want the Stoneforge because it's a more real level of hate that we can bridge to. I feel like it's also a little more resilient to potential sideboard jukes. So yeah, I will do that. Glad the music is enjoyed. Underground Mortuary is telling me they are probably on the sideboard plan with I think on the Smog sideboard plan. I think. Another Stoneforge, perfect. Yep, there's Witherbloom Plungers. Witherbloom Apprentice. That's what I meant to say. I just need to be efficient with my mana and get rid of this now. And hopefully they didn't just have... Oh, nope, they're over it. All right. Well, trying to find a copy of Pro Forma for Cube is impossible. That, unfortunately, doesn't surprise me. It does suck, though. It's the only card I've pre-ordered in, like, maybe ever. I'm not someone who pre-orders cards generally, but I literally played at an SEG the weekend that Fallout came out. So I really, I needed that card. I will keep this. All right, I'm gonna Thoughtseize in the blinds. Thank God I Thoughtseized. Holy shit. What is it with the lands players? Stop running into me. There's like none of you out there. Also, what's this Mycosynth Gardens doing here? I'll keep that on top. I will do my best to just beat them again, that's for sure. Despite my deck really not being built for this matchup at all right now. You're going to Besage my Vial? I dare you. Oh, Disruptor Fleet my Vial. That's a lot more mean. Do I want to Skyclave the Flute or do you just want to recruit for Lauren for the Saga? Getting rid of the Saga is pretty nice. Yeah, I'm going to recruit for Lauren. They revealed one of their draws. I love when they do that. That'll be good in a little bit. You got it. Pre-war form out Baragoy, Scytheka. Yeah. One of my friends was trying to... He was really waffling between decks for Eternal Weekend this year. And one of them was blue-black tempo. And he was having trouble finding Barogoyfs in the venue. That's for sure. I'm gonna keep this on 2 right now. My 2s are quite good. Ooh. Okay, that's a bummer. I can live with that though. I am gonna get... I'm pretty sure I want an untapped land to just slam the Sash now. I just want all the white mana with this Sash. Real change non-lands actually mean permanent with any type other than... Yeah, I that would be nice, wouldn't it? I guess you could Prismatic Ending Saga then too. Yeesh. Not that that's really the worst thing in the world, but Wasteland. Sure. Well, there we go. Just need them to not have Loam for one more turn then. Stop. Oh my god. Sure. Oh. They didn't loam. That is right. But I would really like them to stop putting sagas into play. So I can just hold up 4 Sash mana, or I could hold up 1 Sash mana and Stoneforge for formal wear here. How afraid of Loam can I afford to be as a literal top deck? I know the rest of their cards in their hands. I think I can live with just holding up 1. I do wish we drew a land for sure, to hold up more Sash, but I think I'm casting the Stoneforge either way, I think. No, I guess if we have 5 lands in play here, then there's a bit more incentive to potentially put Yoron in our hand, because if we do get to Yoron next turn, the game is over. Because then we kill Saga and a Construct and the Sphere of Resistance and get another something. It's like good enough that it makes me think about activating Loran, but the risk of them drawing a Loam is just so high. I might activate Lauren end step if I don't get the opportunity to trade to just chump block for one of these constructs, but we'll see. Okay, it's drew a Mox Diamond. That's fine by me, especially one that they paid mana for. This would be a matchup for Ephemerate. Not one that I'm usually thinking about, but it could get there. Token non-token artifact. Yeah, okay. So they can make another Sphere Resistance if they really want to. Let's go for Saga. I dare you. Dare you to block. Hell yeah. No, no, no. Damn it. I tried. So I am guessing that that actually might have been a good enough spot to put Cauldron in, but I think I'm gonna be happy with the Sash mana up for now. So yeah, we're gonna pass here. Kill Lorn with GT. That's pretty hot actually. If we don't have to put in Cauldron here as a blocker, we're probably gonna do that. But I guess if we're blocking, we get to trump block with the Lorn anyway. So oh yeah, self GT is the best. If they have, in case they have main deck Needle, I was thinking about exactly that. I am going to go for, I'm going to get the Echoing Deeps, I think. And I can't get this Saga, so I think that's, you know, good enough for a loam that they can't cast this turn even if they drew it, so. Nope, just map. All right. There we go. That's more like it. Obviously, chumping with the Lauren here isn't as necessary as it was last turn, but I would rather have that in the graveyard for the next time they play a Saga. This might be a Tabernacle they're about to play, which would be a little bit of a bummer. It is a Tabernacle. Okay. So we can put... So we're not paying for Cauldron. I'm definitely paying for Sash. Am I paying for anything else, really? Probably not. So I could stone... Yeah, so am I paying for Stoneforge, or am I just formal wearing back the Laura now, and that's it? And just letting the Stoneforge go? Because the Stoneforge has done almost everything it's going to do this game at this point. Yeah, I'm just going to activate it here. I think I care more about the Sphere of Resist. Or do I just get rid of a Construct token? I guess I just get rid of a Construct token because the Sash is going to keep it around. Or like, yeah, okay. All right. Let Stoneforge go. Let Witch Enchanter go. Pay for Sash. Don't pay for Skyclave. They get a 2/2. Don't pay for Recruiter. Well, that might be good in a minute. Sure. I guess they just don't want to pay for it. I guess that makes sense. If I find a wasteland for their Yavimaya, though, they are real low on mana. So they can turn the Mycosynth Gardens into a Mox Diamond to make their constructs 5/5s. Um, I think that this Sash is about to have exiled two. Yeah, okay. So I think that this is worthwhile. I still get to trade here, and I'll have exiled two Sagas and Beseiju and Echoing Deeps, and I'll only have to pay 1 mana. They turn it into a Sphere of Resistance. That seems really good for me. um, so neither of us are casting spells. It almost makes me want to Solitude. I guess I can't Solitude, and yes, never mind. That doesn't make sense. So that resolves. Yeah, that's fine. I will exile. There's a Saga. These trade. I go to 4. Now I have 9 damage coming over Urza's Cave. That's just a land's searches for another land. Pay for Lauren. I don't have to pay for the Germ. If I Solitude, I get both things dead, but my Sash is still gone, so it's basically the same thing either way. Because I can't Solitude and grow the Sash one, because the Solitude costs 1 because of the first sphere. Yeah, but I can do that at any point, right? Doesn't really matter when I do that. Especially when my opponent is not attacking with this one. It might as well not be there. Well, okay, sure. When it would have cost less. Okay, that's fair. So I'm gonna have to get rid of it now so I can get some damage in. They get second maze, and then we very slowly kill them with Bowmaster Lauren. Nope, they just get another Saga. Those constructs are 4/4/4s right now. Blast Zone. Okay. Blast Zone on 3 is slightly relevant. I'm probably going to activate Lauren in their end step so I can dig for a wasteland here. Yeah. Annoyingly, this Bowmasters does cost 4 mana right now. I will pay 1. I will not pay 1. Great. All right. We got to try to get this game over with soon. They put Blast Zone up to 2. Okay. It is not what I wanted to play back to back, no, but here we go. Such is life sometimes. What? Excuse me? I mean, it currently deals 0. Or no, sorry, it deals 1. It deals 1 right now. I guess that makes activating this Lauren a lot worse, huh? I finally drew one of the lands. That's true. Black Vice was on the ban list. I forgot about that. I forget about that sometimes. I guess I'm just chilling for the moment. Yeah, Blast Zone goes up to 3. Then things start looking a little bit worse. I can flash from Bowmasters, go to 2. If they Blast Zone my Lauren and Formal Wear away, then I am out of ways to get through the maze. But they tapped their Blast Zone. So I shouldn't have fetched. Yeah, forgot that there's Yab in my end play. We're not taking So if I hit them for to 4. So I guess I'm gonna take 1 unnecessarily because I just have to go for the kill here at this point. So I'm gonna take 1 damage that I shouldn't have. And I just have to pay for all of these, right? I'm not the only thing I'm really digging for is wastelands. I just need to try to kill him right here. Yeah. Um yeah, because I'm not winning this game if I cast a solitude, so much to consider. All right, let's see what happens when we attack. It's like, whoa. So close. They just had to misclick the block. All right. Unfortunately, we lose there. Okay. That sure was something. I have so many cards to cut, but Wrath of the Skies is insane in the matchup, so hopefully that'll save us. Yeah, if Black Voice was symmetrical. Oh, there we go. Leyline is not very good against lands, but it's better than Thalia, especially. I'm only going to keep Bowmasters in basically specifically because of what just happened there. And let's hopefully get this game over quicker. I'm having a really hard time drawing Wasteland tonight. We don't have the Ivory Tower, unfortunately. If only. All right, we got to go much quicker to win 2 games. Good enough. I just hope my Sash gets Besaged and not Swords, but we didn't see any white mana at all in that game, so that doesn't seem totally unreasonable. Oh, Odawara. Well, that's different. Did they not even play a second land from that exploration? I mean, Okay, sure. Of course, they finally draw a wasteland and then immediately get punished for using it. No more lands, please. Thank you. Oh, well. I mean, I guess we're just gonna keep doing this. I don't know. Doing this shit again, huh? No, I'm just getting the Sash into play before they draw Loam and I cry. They have so many ways to get an Urza Saga in play. I was not supposed to play that swamp. That was dumb. I don't know. I expected them to activate Urza's Cave there. Oh, they just don't have the mana to do it because they got rid of a land here. That's what I was forgetting. But of course, they top deck Yapamaya, and now they can do it once. Yeah. What a game. I'll leave it at that. Still leaves him dead in 2 turns. I'm not gonna bother. Cave for Saga here, I assume. Could be also Cave for Mazabeth, maybe. Cave for Maze is safer. Give me 1 second. I'm back. Hello. Okay, they go for Saga, which is riskier. Yes, pay. Yes, go up to 3. I hope I didn't just make myself 1 off. I did make, no. This is gonna be a, it's gonna be a 1, 2, 3. It's gonna be a 5, 5. So this should be exactly enough. They go to 11. Cool. All right. Notably, haven't seen Life from the Loam. No Dark Depths. They have to have Loam. I can't imagine Loam not being in their deck. No Dark Depths, just kind of doesn't seem like the right choice, but there's clearly a whole lot of else they're trying to do in this deck with, you know, copying Spears of Resistance and whatever. It's got Vial, it's got Stoneforge. We're going with it. And Disruptor Fleet. Disruptor Fleet's also very good. What is it with these black vices? Sure. Ow. I'll cast my Vial next turn, I guess. There's the Loam. Okay. All right, they can Loam back Saga, so this turn I'm probably fluting Saga. I've almost made up my clock deficit so far. Or they didn't. What? Okay, I guess. Okay, sure. Oh my God. It is a strategy. Yeah, it is coherent. Is it good? Next question. It is coherent. This black face has dealt me 8 damage, and it's gonna deal me at 9th. So Okay, I got to think about this one a second. So they have Odawara as the other card in their hand. Um, so I can flute. If I flute Saga, they can Odawara the flute. But they can't do that and make a construct. Yeah, we're just going to flute the Saga. Oh my god, Jax. And then things start getting online once this vial's on 2 and we get to Stoneforge. If they Odawara the vial, I'm okay with that. If they Odawara the vial, I'm probably just gonna Stoneforge for Cauldron and waste their Ancient Tomb. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna keep the flute. I think keeping Saga from doing anything is more important. This is it. Yeah, they have 3 mana out, so they don't even have mana to. Okay, now they can. Okay. So in that case, do I even care about Wastelanding now? I guess maybe I Wasteland the Saga just to get rid, just to keep them from. Yeah, I don't want them to get to Expedition map, actually. That's really important here. Really. Off the top. Okay. Reset Flute on Maze or take them off of colored mana. Let's take them off of colored mana. They Odawara their Mox Diamonds. And then I got in a free point of damage there. I'll take it. These lands are really good. Yeah, I am attacking here, and then I'm going to Wisp the Flute onto Maze, and then they should be dead next turn. It also forces them to activate the Urza's Cave now, so I get to see what they're doing there. I guess maybe it doesn't because they know I have to name Maze, but sure, you get Urza Saga. So they have a Mox Diamond in their hand that does nothing. They have no source of colored mana. And since the other card is Mox Diamonds, there's like what can they even draw here? I don't need that. Sure, I guess. Whew. All right, that was a slog. But like, okay, that was a weird lands build. I will say, maybe I don't need my deck to be good against lands to beat them. Whew. That was a really good game to be just drawing a land every turn, though, for real. Nope. Yes. Put back up plans. Oh, hey, that's another one that's going to go quickly, huh? Oh, they passed. All right. I'm sure I'm just going to get entombed, but yeah. Ooh. 3 Grizzlebrands in the graveyard. Thali off the top? Thali off the top? No, not quite Thali off the top. But they still don't have a mana source, so like... All right. I guess that's how it goes sometimes. I do not need another Solitude, thank you. I guess this is how it goes sometimes. I am just gonna get a clock in play here. Oh, we're cooking. Please. need to use an animate dead. I have yet in my life to get to. All right, well, this is boring. I guess I'm just putting Skyclave in play now. I've never gotten to Skyclave and animate dead with the trigger on the stack. I would have really liked to get to do that, but such is life. Sick. All right. Let's board in 12 cards again. We're going to take out this and all of these and this and these ones. No. Bowmaster seems slightly better against this looting version. I just don't love that Bowmasters is only really good if they've already put a creature into play. That's like my main issue with Bowmasters. It's like it's okay against looting, but that's not locking them out, right? It's just giving them like slightly less time to do it, which isn't really in my mind isn't really what our strategy is in the matchup. This hand is good if I get my first turn. I have ley lines to mulligan to. I think is a really high on the list of non-ley lines, like sixes I can keep though. I'm gonna keep it. I might just get killed, but I have game 3 at least. See, sometimes they just don't have it. I mean, I'm sure that this is just gonna be like the most Thoughtseize proof hand ever, but. Okay. I just expected there to be more over there. What am I taking? I'm so stun locked by the fact that their hand is garbage. I want to take Animate Dead. I'm pretty sure Exhume is. I guess I could take the Wear Tear because I'm going to be Stone Forging for a Sash here. Apple Warmer, thank you so much for the follow. How's it going? Is it right to take Exhume since they probably have more Animate Deads in their deck than Exhumes? I think no, mostly because I think we're casting Stoneforge next turn, not Cabal Therapy. Although I guess maybe we just aren't supposed to do that. Maybe that's just wrong. You know what? I'm seeing I have been shown the ways. I think I like that actually. Because if they kill us here, there's no difference really between the two. Well, shit. Now do we just play Thalia first? Yeah, I guess we play Thalia first. Then we can Therapy Wasteland next turn. The Wasteland isn't that great against how many lands they have, but I would not be surprised. Yeah, this would not be the first time I've played against literal like copy a 2018 list reanimator. Hi, Cauldra. Okay, let's start with this. Oh no, it does have Archon. You're right. Okay, there's an Entomb. They Entomb a Grizzlebrands. We will name Animate Dead. Animate Dead and another Wear Tear. Oh boy. Okay, so they have. Oh god, this is a nightmare. So they have Archon and 2 Wear Tears in their hands. There we go. I am probably supposed to Wasteland here because it means they have to draw exactly Reanimate. Yeah. No Sigourney emo. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll move it over. Yeah, I don't know why split card. I know why split cards are like that, but also please no. It's kind of a nightmare. All right, they're over it. One of the least stressful matches I've had against a Reanimator in a long time. All right, well, that's a pretty good 4-1, losing only to Nadu. And honestly, the Nadu game was like the game that we lost was pretty dumb, or like the third one, because but like it was mostly our fault for just like, or I should say my fault for like keeping a clunky hand that was punished in kind of the exact way that clunky hand would be, particularly on the draw. But that's how it goes. Definitely, it didn't really matter because we didn't see it anyway. But that is certainly a matchup where I would have rather had. I guess that's not true. I was gonna say I would have rather had Path rather than Wrath of the Skies, but I actually, the way that game shook out, Wrath of the Skies was gonna be better most of the time. But I think that's kind of an exception to the rule because usually you want Path to interact on their turn, and it just happened. Wrath happens to be a lot better against Safekeeper specifically. Hey, I didn't draw any sideboard cards that game that match, so hey, what are you gonna do? That felt pretty good. I didn't expect to play against Reanimator twice, but it worked out there. That was a very weird collection of decks. It was like actual new super like fast black Reanimator, what looked like 2018 Reanimator, but with Archon of Cruelty in it. The Sphere of Resistance type of lands, Nadu, and then oh yeah, Grixis Goyfs, whatever the hell that was. That was definitely a collection of decks, but we handled them pretty well, so I can't be too upset about it. Lauren has, again, played against weird decks. Lauren has, I'm really glad to have it in the deck right now. I think right now, while like the early plays feel less impactful because Thaw isn't that great all the time, I'm kind of into just having this 34th land for the Witch Enchanter. I think it'll make the transition into playing no Thalias, should that time come, a little bit more seamless, because that's basically exactly what I was going to do anyway. It was just like cut the 4 Thalias for a second Witch Enchanter and then some 3 drops, and I've already gotten ahead of myself on that land. So um honestly, it's possible this was just always supposed to be a 34th land. It was, I feel like 33 was always like playing it a little bit close, but it is it's tough math to do. I am very much a Felia hater. I think Felia specifically makes sense in the Overlord of the Baelmerk builds. I don't play those because I've just tried them a lot, and I don't know if I'm cursed. I don't know what it is. I just really can't get those builds to feel good at all. Every time I draw Felia, it's bad in the exact ways that I think Felia is. Every time I draw Overlord of the Baelmerk, it is it is sorcery, speed, impulse, and then I lose. Um, I can't. I never draw Overlord and Felia together, which means that I mostly just feel how weak those cards feel on their own a lot. The build is good. I just, you know, I tried way too much to get that build to work for me, and it just didn't. So I just decided I'm off of it. Um, Yeah, they don't necessarily have to be in your opener, but like the 2 cards really want each other, so you kind of have to like construct a board state where you get to like recruit for Ophelia after getting an overlord into play, if like you only have the overlord to have a recruiter. And sometimes that works out, but sometimes just it really just didn't feel like it came together for me a lot. And I'm sure if I kept trying it, it would eventually work, but I just kind of got sick of it. Um, my build of D&T is unique to me as it stands, but I like it. So uh, it's funny, the like 2 of the matches in that league took forever, and the other 3 were really quick. It feels like that took forever, but it's actually only 11. But I think we are going to go ahead and call it there. Let's see, is Harain streaming? Of course he is. Why did I even have to check? So if you are new to the stream, thanks for hanging out. I play Legacy D&T basically every Thursday and Sunday, starting around 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. I have a Patreon that you can subscribe to get access to a sideboard guide for my build of Black White D&T. It's not specifically this one. I haven't updated it since the banned and restricted announcement because I still need to figure out what I think is good. What else? You can type !Patreon to get those details. Only twice per week, but I have a whole bunch of VODs that you can watch on my YouTube channel if you would like to get those. I upload almost all my streams. Sometimes I forget them every now and then, but I try to get basically all of them up. But there's almost like 2.5 years worth of streams up there at this point. Hope you'll be able to play, move somewhere else soon. Playing as hell yeah. Yeah. Myco Spawn's ban was definitely very good for D&T. In more ways than one, because it both makes the Eldrazi matchup like probably completely fine, like not a problem, and also incentivizes people to play decks that D&T is good against. So to a certain extent. I mean, we still have Nadu and Moonstompy and Oops to deal with, but you know, we'll deal with those eventually. I think that's my whole spiel. Thank you everybody for hanging out. I will catch you at the next stream. I'm going to send you over to my good friend Evron also known as Harain. He is probably playing Stifle Knot because that is what he likes to do. Tell him I said hello. I mean, I'll be telling him I said hello too. But anyway, thank you, everybody. I will catch you next time. Flesh Breakers and Line. Honestly, I don't know if Line Breaker is good, but I I I think Line Breaker. How can I say this? I think it is good so long as Swords to Plowshares is bad. I think is probably the best way to look at it. And this is basically the only good Swords to Plowshares deck, so I guess not Nadu. Sorry, I forgot about Nadu, but